Hey everyone, welcome to today's Biteable tutorial on motion graphics. My name is Haley and I'm going to teach you how to use motion graphics in your marketing videos and how to edit motion graphics using the Biteable Video Maker. Before we get into making motion graphics, let's clear a few things up. How do you define motion graphics, you ask? Aren't all animations just graphics in motion? Sort of yes and sort of no. While there's a fine line between motion graphics and animation, motion graphics are largely text-based and use movement and basic shapes to add excitement. Does that clear it up? Maybe we should talk about use cases too. When would you use motion graphics? The first and most obvious scenario is for explainer videos. Explainer videos tend to be technical and can err on the side of being too wordy. What you don't want is your video to look like a university lecture. One way to break up text is to animate it and add in some moving graphic elements. The second use case is social video. According to Instagram, 85% of Facebook videos are watched without sound, as well as 60% of Instagram stories. Because of this trend in consumer behavior, closed captioning is becoming a default for social videos. Motion graphics lets you tap into that trend and go one step further and incorporate the script into the design of your video. The third use case is product videos. Product videos are usually a hybrid between a promo video and an explainer video, going into depth on how the product works and getting technical about it. Motion graphics can bring life to otherwise dull statistics, graphics, or product benefit roundups. And finally, the last use case is simple storytelling. One of the biggest impediments to telling big, bold stories in marketing is the lack of visual cues. A video about sitting in the park and eating ice cream? Sure, you could easily find visuals for that. But a video about a dragon who hitches a ride on a rocket to space to get to the ice cream parlor might be trickier. Motion graphics lets you tell a story by literally bringing the words to life. Enough about dragons for today, let's jump into the Biteable Video Maker and see how it all works. Alright, let's go ahead and get started on our motion graphics video. Here I am on the Biteable template page. I'm going to scroll down and select the motion graphics category on the left-hand side. Here you'll see we have dozens of different motion graphics templates to choose from. Today I'll be editing this progressive add video template. So once I click edit video, this will launch the Biteable Video Maker and I'll be able to customize this template exactly for my needs. So I'm going to be advertising a hypothetical car insurance company. To start, I'm going to remove all of the unwanted scenes from this template. Perfect, so now we're ready to go. I'm going to start by extending the length of this first scene just to make my video a bit longer. Now I'm also going to shorten that first caption so I can add a second one later on. Now I'm just going to change the text so it suits the product I'm promoting, which, as I mentioned, is a hypothetical car insurance company. And then I can change the color of this text on the right-hand side here. Perfect. Now I'm going to jump over and add a second caption. And we can make sure that's the same color using that same color palette here. Just going to extend the length of that caption a little bit. Perfect. And I'm hopping over to my final scene. This is where I will leave my call to action for my viewers. So in this case, I want people to call us for more information, and then I will leave our phone number below. You can also update the logo here if you had a company logo. For now, I'm going to leave it as the Biteable logo. And I'll change the color of our phone number to make it stand out a little bit more. Perfect, and I'm going to change the size just a tad as well. Now I'm going to jump into our style editor. This allows me to look at all of my scenes, and I notice they don't really match, so I'm going to go ahead and change a few colors on our final scene just to make it a bit more cohesive. So I can select the scenes that I'd like to edit. There I'm going to change the background color. Perfect, and I can also change the animation color as well. I'm going to make it just a little bit lighter. And there you go, you can change the different colors across scenes so easily. Now I'm going to hop back to the Edit tab. This is where I'll be able to finish my video. So you can choose a soundtrack from the bottom left-hand corner. We have over 80 different soundtracks available within Biteable. This template actually already has a background track, so I'm going to leave that as is. And we can preview our ad. Great, so now we're ready to download our video. You can select the download tab and then build your high-res video. That takes a few minutes, and once it's finished, you'll be able to download your video to your computer or share it to social. Are you ready to put your graphics into motion? Sign up to Bytable and explore our library of motion graphic templates to find your perfect fit. And if you liked this tutorial, hit the subscribe button and see you next time. Bye!